Okay, let's go over the project management section of your CMO dashboard, which you'll find here. Click on the caret. There's 3 things in here. Weekly scorecard. This is based on your to-dos, all the things that you completed or even said that you were supposed to complete. They'll be in here. So you can look at your scorecard every single week just for this current week. You can change the filters however you want. You can also duplicate this and have a filter that says monthly for this month and do one that says for this quarter. You can do whatever you want. I just did it for weekly because it's a weekly scorecard, which is a very common thing to do. It's just a weekly scorecard. But anyway, if as you add tasks and you mark it as complete, then it'll give you your percentage that's checked. You can do percentage checked. That's what you want to calculate. If you've never used a weekly scorecard, you're just doing it based on the percentage that you have completed. So if you start to realize, man, I had all these to-dos, but I only completed like 50% of them, then something's wrong. You're not getting through your work and you need something to help you with self-accountability. You need an accountability partner. You could use something like the 12-week year planner, which is meant to help you with tracking how your behavior is and whether or not you're doing what's necessary to get everything done. But this is what the weekly scorecard is for. If you go back to project management, there's a section for SOPs and workflows. I explain what an SOP and a workflow is, and then there's a place for you to document yours. Your SOPs are your standard operating processes, and then your workflows are how you manage those processes and who is doing all those things. So standard operating process is just making sure that you know what needs to be done, your typical procedures, and then how those things get done is the step-by-step process. So name the SOP, when it's created, last edited date is very important because the creation date will never change, but your last edited will change based on new processes as you get more efficient. The status, the department it's related to, you can add more departments by typing them in. New department. Create now, new department exists along with all the ones that were in there. The link to a file if you have a file for it, and then connect it to the workflow, which would come from down here. Same thing with your workflow. This would be, your email, podcast email workflow, podcast new episode workflow, all those things. But you would have a standard operating process for your podcast. And then there would be different workflows for it. One of your podcast workflows would be to upload a new episode every week to, whatever you got to do. So same thing, who's responsible for it. You can add and edit team members. If you click on one that already exists, if you go here and when you want to make changes to these things that I have in here, you click on the top of the column and click on edit property. And then you can go in here and edit these names. You can change the name instead of team member 1. Relate it back to the correct SOP. And then the status, is it active? You're drafting it out, or is it no longer something that's relevant to your business? Lastly, in project management is your task list, which you've seen. Weekly tasks, top priorities right now, this week, upcoming. Now you officially have everything to help you navigate this CMO dashboard. We're done.